What's up, everyone? This is the 10th affordable walkable city on my channel, and it may be home to my favorite neighborhood I've covered thus far. Something you may not realize about Cincinnati is its varied topography, often referred to as the City of Seven Hills, just like Rome. Most Midwestern cities are notoriously flat, like Indianapolis or Columbus. But Cincy is extremely hilly, which creates a lot of fascinating neighborhoods that adjust to the terrain. You got that down-home hospitality common to many Midwestern cities, a little bit of that small-town feel with big city amenities such as universities, the second oldest opera in the United States, and professional sports teams. People are migrating to Cincinnati thanks to the presence of the big three, Procter & Gamble, Kroger, and General Electric. It has a modest bus system and a free streetcar that travels a 3.6-mile loop connecting major employment centers, arts, entertainment, and businesses. Let's jump right into the best neighborhoods and how they provide excellent walkability, bikeability, and access to transit. Okay, we're going to go from north to south and start out in Clifton. Situated on the hills overlooking the Ohio River, giving you some stellar views of the city skyline. The name of this neighborhood is kind of controversial, as three separate neighborhoods, Clifton Heights, University Heights, and Fairview, combine to create what is labeled as CUF. I don't think anyone actually calls it CUF.
Anybody I speak to now calls it Clifton. Never cuff. I don't even know what cuff stands for.
Now that that's out of the way, it's also adjacent to the University of Cincinnati, which is always going to help provide a neighborhood with a more walkable feel. A beautiful campus. Calhoun and West McMillan Streets run along the south side of campus, and it's where you'll find most of the restaurants and retail stores. The Drunken Bento looks like my kind of establishment. I wish there were more of these around the country, but this Target grocery is super clutch for Clifton residents. There is ample green space with 3 parks scattered around the neighborhood: Fairview Park, Bellevue Hill Park, and Inwood Park. The streetcar doesn't quite reach Clifton, but the closest stop is only about a mile away to take you downtown for a ball game. Probably my favorite part about making these videos is checking out all the amazing old homes with diverse architecture. Clifton is no exception. You got Gothic, Victorian, Colonial Revival styles, amongst several others. If I was going house shopping, then I'd put in an offer for this adorable cottage built in 1910. It's over 2,000 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and is only $225,000. Directly south of Clifton is Over-the-Rhine. This is the neighborhood that could compete for the very best that I've covered thus far. It's simply a cool looking neighborhood. Feels like a slice of Brooklyn got teleported into Southwest Ohio. A truly walkable experience with a great walk score of 94. Over-the-Rhine was established in the mid-19th century by German immigrants, and it's one of the largest, most intact urban historic districts in the United States. Also home to the second largest Oktoberfest in the world after Munich. Taft and Rheingeist breweries must make a killing. There's plenty of activity and pedestrians all over, but the main drag is Vine Street. The amount of great places to eat or drink and gather is endless. But easily my favorite part of the neighborhood is the area around Findlay Market, Ohio's oldest continuously operated public market and one of Cincinnati's most cherished institutions. The streetcar makes a stop right in front of the market, and they've made the whole area very pedestrian friendly. Bravo, Cincinnati. But what's a great neighborhood without great access to public green space? Washington Park absolutely gets the job done, and the park stands in the shadow of the absolutely gorgeous Cincinnati Music Hall. There are some truly beautiful homes in Over-the-Rhine. Plenty of German revival style, no surprise there. Certainly this neighborhood isn't quite as affordable as the others, but I checked for homes sold recently, and this 2-bedroom unit went for $350,000 recently, and it's literally right behind Findlay Market. I'm sold. And the last neighborhood we'll explore is downtown, which is directly south of Over-the-Rhine, so all these neighborhoods are easily walkable to and from each other. The best part of living downtown is being within close walking distance to the majority of the major events that happen in the city, like concerts and sporting events. You can walk to Bengals and Reds games, as the stadiums are centrally located very close to each other. Jefferson Social looks like a place I'd like to go before a game. If I lived downtown, I'd probably just take the streetcar to Findlay Market for groceries, but for anything else, there's a Kroger nearby as well. Not a ton of green space in downtown, but there is a small riverfront park and the Ohio River Trail that can provide a quick escape. Let's say you had a budget of $2,000 a month or less to rent an apartment. You can easily afford an apartment at any of the downtown complexes like Gramercy, the Lofts at Shillito Place, the Reserve at 4th and Race, and Encore Apartments, amongst several other condos and beautiful apartment buildings. The biking in Cincinnati isn't too hot. There are some really hilly areas where you need to be in decent shape if you're going to climb them, but there are 2 protected bike lanes on Clifton Avenue by UC and Central Parkway that goes through Over-the-Rhine and right by TQL Stadium. Overall, I'm going to give it a C+ bike grade. I waffled back and forth on featuring Cincinnati because I've personally never been there, and I wasn't sure that it had true walkable areas. But after talking to a few folks from Cincinnati and researching the city heavily, it blew my expectations away, and even had what I feel could be the best neighborhood in all the Midwest, Over-the-Rhine. So this is the second city that I featured in Ohio, but there is a third one on my list. Which one is it?